Welcome back to the Staying Young Show. This is Judy, and I'm here with Dr. Mark Anderson and Dr. Walter Gaman. We're the voices of Executive Medicine of Texas. You can visit us on the web by going to emtexas.com, and you can download all our past shows by going to iTunes and searching The Staying Young Show. Now, this whole hour has been about staying healthy through great exercise and great nutrition. And we're really excited because we have on with us Kristen Raza, who is one of my favorite fitness gurus. I've been on Kristen's show a couple of times. She's got a great show. And this time tables are turned, so she's on with us. Now let's talk about some other things that people can do. We left off talking about some of the things they can do in the office to get moving and get a little exercise. But what about just in general, whether you're not at the office, and we have a lot of listeners who may be stay-at-home moms, or the way their job is that they don't have their own office to do some of these things in. So let's talk about some things outside of work that people can do to stay fit.
Well, the biggest thing that I hear is I just don't have time. So I'd say, make it a bite-sized workout. And you can go for a 10-minute walk, maybe once in the morning, once around lunchtime, and once at the end of the day. And you have accumulated 30 minutes of exercise.
Right, and the studies show that actually has as big effect as 30 minutes sustained.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely. I've actually been out for a couple of months recovering from some major surgery, and walking was the only thing that I was really able to do in terms of exercise. And so I was doing that 3 10-minute walk plan every day, and I realized, wow, I really am getting a lot of exercise here.
Well, one day at work, I was just super upset about something, and it takes a lot. I mean, I don't get upset hardly at all, but I was like, you know what? I'm going for a walk. So I walked out, and I walked a couple blocks down to grab a bite to eat and walked back. And when I got back with my stuff from, we have a place called Central Market, and they have some great nutritious stuff there. When I got back with my stuff, I wasn't even mad anymore. I was like, that was great. I need to do that every day.
Absolutely. I mean, it does just as much, I think, for your mind. It's really, there is a lot of research and information out there on walking meditation. Same thing. You don't have to sit and meditate with your eyes closed. You can do a walking meditation, and it's great for the mind and the body.
I think it's really good to just even get that fresh air, get the lungs expanded. So many times we sit in front of a computer or we sit at work and we don't expand those lungs. But when you're moving, especially when you're outside and moving, you're forced to get that air going and get that blood pumping, and it's just really good for you.
Yeah, most definitely. I think another way to stay motivated is pair up with a friend. If you plan to meet a friend at your favorite exercise class or over at the track to go for a walk, you have that extra accountability that will help to keep you on track. And I think a lot of us need that. And we, as women, we're juggling a lot of roles, and we have a lot on our plate, and men do too, I'm sure. And we want to have that girl time too. So it's basically really combining those things. You can have, a walk around the track with your girlfriend and catch up and get both of those things, accomplished at the same time. And even keeping it interesting, mix it up, try new classes, try something you've never tried. I love doing that with some of my girlfriends. I own a fitness studio, and I go to other places just to try new things.
Yeah, just to mix it up.
Yeah. A girlfriend of mine and I tried fencing last year.
I did Zumba. I love Zumba.
Doing that regularly, but it was so fun, and it was a totally different workout.
Fencing. So did you stab her?
Yeah, you know what? I just realized that I'm just not mean enough.
Don't tell me you were that wimpy girl going, oh, don't stab me.
I would go for it, and they would jump back and be like, "Oh, are you okay?"
Oh, that is girl fencing.
I know it was girl fencing, but it was fun.
But a partner to exercise with is so important.
Yeah.
When I lived in Canada many decades ago, my neighbor and we would go jogging at night, about 5 miles a night. And it was always at 9 o'clock, and I was outside at 9 once, and he wasn't there, and I knocked on his door, and I walked in his house, and he was sprawled on the sofa and said, "I'm too tired to go." And I physically dragged him off the sofa and made him get dressed and made him go outside, and he had a great jog. And unfortunately, about a month later, he did that to me. But having an accountability partner is so important.
Well, I think racket sports, I mean, if you schedule a game of racquetball or tennis, you've got that somebody's committed, you're going to show up and do it. And so if you've got that standing, we play racquetball on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you're going to show up so you don't disappoint your partner.
Yeah, absolutely. Or even just setting a personal goal for yourself. We have that in our studio. We have something we call the Fit Club, and you just get a prize if you attend 150 classes in that year. So far in 2012, we've had about 35 people that have hit that 150 mark just in this year alone. And, it's just a little T-shirt that they're getting, but you should see how motivated people are because they have a personal goal. And having something like that to shoot for, I think, is motivating as well.
All right. Now, you put together a list of kind of things people could do, and one of them made me kind of cringe. I'm sure that my co-hosts here feel a little differently, but you're like, take up a pole dancing class. I'm like, what?
Yeah, have you seen these gals?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's like Cirque du Soleil
stuff.
stuff.
I haven't seen those girls. Have you?
I'm not talking about the ones at the club, but the international contest. Yeah.
They have a pole dancing contest?
Oh, yeah, there's a national championship.
Yeah, there are studios opening all over the place. We have a new one that just opened in our city that's just pole dancing workouts. So it has nothing to do with, taking your clothes off.
Who cleans the pole? I just want to make sure it's clean.
I'm sure they clean the pole, but I don't know. I don't know how that is. I don't know that job.
Yeah, yuck.
Unbelievable strength. It really is more of like a gymnastics, almost an aerial type of workout. And I've done it, and it is difficult. It is definitely a challenge. I've used muscles that I haven't used in a long time. So.
Well, how do you explain that? Say, I can't walk. What happened? Well, I went pole dancing last night.
Well, I think it's becoming more and more common. It's actually pretty funny. Maybe it was a year or two ago. I was at the Martha Stewart show, and that happened to feature pole dancing on that particular episode, and she gave it a try.
All right, let's talk about sex. It seems like for a long time we couldn't do a show without even having that word on it, and then we did pretty good for a while. But we're back there, so let's talk. Let's talk about it, because in 30 minutes of sex, you can burn 85 calories or more.
I've heard that. So if you're going to have a few cookies, you're going to want to go longer than 30.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I'm doing the reverse math. I'm figuring at 30 minutes divided by 2, it's going to take me 15 months before I burn 85 calories.
Well, I'm thinking for guys, bring your woman a creme brulee and go, hey, honey, how many calories were just in that? Come on, let's go work that off.
Yeah, right. But it's just like walking. It's great for the mood, too. But
it is,
also for boosting your immunity, even in addition to burning calories and improving your heart. I've read that there have been some studies that show men especially are less likely to have heart attacks if they have more sex. So. Yeah,
and there was another study around the same time about strokes. There used to be a real, myth around if somebody could have a heart attack having sex or have stroke having sex, but it's actually rare. And people that have high blood pressure
That's what I'm shooting for. It's the way I want to go.
Really?
Yeah. Explain that one to my kids.
All right. Maybe off air we'll have a little more details about this.
Right.
Okay.
I think we need to get a psychiatrist on next. On the show.
And you cover this in your book, right? This is one of the secrets to staying young.
You know what? That is right. We covered it in our first book, Stay Young, 10 Proven Steps to Ultimate Health. And we also covered it in the upcoming book, Age to Perfection. It's always Chapter 8 because people just kind of went around saying, oh, Chapter 8, and they'd kind of wink and give you a thumbs up. So we decided in this book we'd keep it Chapter 8. And we're going to start.
I'd walk around the town square and people would see me, they'd screech to a stop, open their windows, point at me, and scream out, Chapter 8!
And then they give a big thumbs up. So we're going to get
like a T-shirt made.
That's what I was going to say. We're going to get shirts made that say Chapter 8. That's right. I mean, listen up. We're not kidding. All kidding aside, sex is really good exercise. It's really good for you. Hey, Kristen, you want to give our website to the listeners?
Oh, sure. Your website is emtexas.com, right?
That's right. You can learn more about us at emtexas.com. And where can they find you?
They can find me at interplayhealth.com. New website just launched this week. So go there, follow me on Twitter, and stay up to date on all these great radio shows that are going on.
Yay, that's right. All right, you've been listening to the Staying Young Show, the voices of executive medicine of Texas. For more information, visit the website emtexas.com. Be sure to join us right here on the Staying Young Show as we bring you information that you can use.